Okay. You ready? Ready? Okay. Graduating seniors, family members, members of the Rappahannock County's Board of Supervisors. Okay, graduating seniors, family members, members of the Rappahannock County Board of Supervisors, members of the Rappahannock County School Board, fellow educators, and friends, welcome to the 71st Annual Commencement Exercise at Rappahannock County High School. Before we begin, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the many individuals who made this day possible. To start with, we would like to express gratitude to our Superintendent, Dr. Grimsley, and our esteemed school board members for supporting this celebration today. I would also like to mention Lisa Heiser, who designed your beautiful graduation programs, and Lee Bernstein, who worked with all your seniors and families this year as our extraordinary Virginia College advisor. Further appreciation goes to Tanya Cox and Jenny Capsa for all their hard work with scholarships this year, Mr. Nazer for our lovely floral arrangements, Gail Checkeye, along with Bobby Baldwin, Lisa Clatterbuck, and James Fletcher, our custodians who worked tirelessly to make our campus beautiful today. And I would be remiss if I did not extend gratitude to our parents for being patient and working with us to give our graduates a send-off to remember. Finally, we remind all graduation participants, family members, and guests to please abide by all COVID-19 regulations by wearing your mask at all times. At this time, will all of you please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? Where's that flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Mrs. Pond said I should say a few words, and I've been thinking about it, and honestly, there isn't anything I can tell you that you haven't heard or read on a t-shirt before. Hopefully, you already know how to do a load of laundry and how to make yourself a bowl of cereal when you're hungry. Other than that, you'll figure it out. Some of you will figure it out early. Some of you, like me, may take a little longer to figure it out, but you will. And when you do, therein lies the answer. Good luck to you all. Thank you. At this time, I call the president of the class of 2021, Cameron Whalen, to the podium.
I'm a little bit of a nervous wreck right now, so please bear with me. It's my pleasure here today. Yeah, I know, right? It's my pleasure here today, and what an honor it is here to represent the Rappahannock County High School senior class of 2021 in this evening's graduation ceremonies. I thought it wouldn't be right if I didn't commend my classmates tonight. So basically, I want to go off script. I was basically supposed to introduce Dr. Grimsley, but I asked beforehand, hey, can I congratulate my fellow classmates? And here I am right now. I want to begin by congratulating my fellow classmates. Like I said, I'm supposed to be introducing Dr. Grimsley, but I didn't think it would be right to forget about the accomplishments of my peers. The struggles we have endured and the challenges we have faced in the last year have been like no other. I speak for everyone when I say that I'm disappointed that our senior year didn't go as we planned or the way we wanted it to go, more or less. I lost my place, great. However, we all made it, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you on an outstanding job throughout the COVID pandemic, as well as the other years. Those were great. There is no doubt in my mind that this class will be remembered by all who step foot through the doors of Rappahannock County High School. And as a motto that I've tried to instill in each of our minds, we are amazing, with the Z and the I, of course, replaced with a 2 and a 1. And today's milestones certainly prove that. I am also appreciative of the leadership of our school's superintendent with her abilities to help us have somewhat of a normal and enjoyable senior year. Without further ado, and to go back on track, it is my distinct pleasure to call to the podium Rappahannock County Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Shannon Grimsley.
Oh, good evening. They told me Cam was going to introduce me. I was so excited to get one of those big Panther, you're a Rappahannock County Panther superintendent. You didn't do that, man. Oh. It is my great privilege and honor to welcome you all to this traditional, as normal as possible graduation ceremony for the beautiful class of 2021. To our local Board of Supervisors and school board members in attendance tonight, I thank you for your unwavering support and advocacy for this school system and for these students. Without this support, the school system would not have been able to weather the storm of the COVID-19 pandemic so successfully. To our amazing teachers, staff, and administration, I thank you so much for all your hard work this year to safeguard the individual and collective successes of our students. And a very special welcome to the parents, friends, and relatives of each of our graduates. The beaming pride on your faces tells us very clearly that this is an amazing moment in the life of our school system and in your lives as well. Thank you all for your hard work in keeping your children focused on the future and on this moment. Tonight, we celebrate all of you as well. It has been my absolute honor to lead this incredible school district and serve this amazing community through one of the most challenging obstacles of our lifetime as your superintendent, or the birthday card snow day lady, as I'm sometimes called by our youngest scholars. But I relish those days when the snow day calls were like the major challenge of the time. Yes, who knew becoming a superintendent required becoming a skilled weather watcher? Tonight is a perfect example. Now, I am no meteorologist, and while we so badly wanted to hold this ceremony out on Panther Stadium, the better than good chance of stormy weather presented a difficult choice. One we had to make early in the week in order to be able to cancel everything that was coming, like all the stage and the tents and the seats and the porta potties and all that. We were very fortunate that Executive Order 79 was enacted just this morning to allow the seniors to have all of their RSVP guests attend an indoor ceremony tonight. Now, weather watching certainly takes on a whole new meaning during a storm. Just as tonight's ceremony had to adapt quickly to impending weather, so had all our lives after the sudden onset of this pandemic. Many times this past year, I heard people say quite frequently, well, don't worry, we're all in the same boat. What became painstakingly obvious this year, though, was that we are most definitely not in the same boat, just the same storm. Many of us have been doing our very best navigating this storm in different boats with various capacities to weather the storm effectively. Some may have seemed to weather the storm quite well, as though aboard a cruise ship. Others struggled to stay afloat, as though in a tattered raft taking on water. How blessed we are to live in Rappahannock, where we witnessed, thankfully, so many that quickly were able to throw out a life jacket to those who were in need, or better yet, oars and a compass to empower our people to be better equipped to weather the storm and for future storms. We witnessed this among the class of seniors who helped one another stay focused on the future, served the community, and volunteered to help younger peers as mentors and counselors. We witnessed our community coming together in force to support our schools and especially to support this year's graduating class. For these things, we are so grateful. What this pandemic has taught us is just how strong and resilient Rappahannock is. We together have and will continue to weather this and future storms, especially with the right knowledge, tools, and direction. Navigating the churning waters of this pandemic is much like navigating a boat through a storm. And what you have each learned here will carry forward with you as you face future storms. Experienced sailors know that there are 4 major strategies that must be employed for one's vessel to successfully weather a storm. You must keep the bow pointed toward the waves to push ahead with forward momentum. You have to strip off all dodgers, awnings, mainsails, and roller-furled jibs to reduce windage and prevent capsizing. You must batten down the hatches. I've always wanted to say that. Close off all ports, cockpit lockers, and vents to keep from sinking. If in port, you must double or triple attachment points, but allow slack for possible storm surge. Likewise, I give you this advice to the graduating class to fortify your vessel as you embark on your journey. 1, no matter what the enormous wave stands in front of you, point that bow forward and push ahead, confident that you have the skills and the will to persevere. Remove those dodgers, awnings, and mainsails that weigh you down and pull you off course. Unhealthy habits and negativity are examples of these fabrics that will drag you down. Leave those behind as you sail off on this voyage. Batten down those hatches and protect yourself from taking on too much water. You have a long voyage ahead, so pace yourself and don't take on too much too quickly. And finally, when in port, double and triple your connections to those who support you and encourage you. Know where your strong supports are and ask for help manning the ship if you need all hands on deck. My dear class of 2021, remember there is no rainbow without the rain, and know that no matter what vessel on which you sail, you have the knowledge, the tools, and the skills to weather any storm you encounter. Finally, please remember that you can always drop anchor here in Rappahannock, where we will always rejoice in your homecoming. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Bon voyage.
Thank you, Dr. Grimsley. At this time, I'd like to call the Vice President of the class of 2021, Olivia Shulin, to the podium.
Oh God, okay. Before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to say a few words to my fellow classmates. Growing up in such a small county, most of us have known each other since preschool or kindergarten. We have all watched each other grow into the amazing young adults that we are today. While I wish we could have seen more of each other this year, I'm so glad we are all together one last time. They say high school is the best 4 years of your life. Well, we got so lucky we got 5. But how can they say they are the best years of your life when there is so much more waiting for us outside of this tiny place? No offense. Today, we are celebrating all of our accomplishments, but we are also celebrating a new beginning. It is okay to be nervous about the next chapter. I am. but we should also be excited for what's ahead. I'm going to miss all of you guys, and I hope we can stay in touch, and I wish you all the best. Congratulations, we did it. It is my distinct pleasure to call to the podium the chairman of the Rappahannock County School Board, Mr. John Wesley Mills.
Good evening. All right. Congratulations, graduates. This is a significant accomplishment, truly to finish something that you started. Well done to all of you. I hope to share 2 ideas today and ask you to consider these ideas, and they're going to come to you in the form of a test. I'm going to ask everybody to participate in your final test. It has 2 questions, and the good thing about this test is there's no grade, so no sweat anything, all right? Nothing will be rescinded based on these questions. I want to ask you this question. Everybody that agrees that the sun came up this morning, raise your hand. Right? Everybody that believes the sun rose. Do you believe it also will set today? Raise your hand. Yes, okay. That was only one question, by the way. Yeah, the truth is, the sun neither rose nor set today. And the truth is, the sun sits in the center of our solar system, and we are on a planet that merely rotated away from it. It was shining the whole time. Yet we talk about this as though the sun is, from our perspective, setting and rising. It didn't do either one. Both things were false. And why am I sharing that with you? I'm sharing that with you to help you understand that as you leave here, you need to have a broader perspective of the world, a perspective that takes into account the perspectives of others. You see, the whole world, with one minor exception, is made up of other people. We'll spend our lifetime learning to live with others and work with others, and it's important to keep the big picture. It's important to see a different perspective, a broader perspective than merely the one that we see. Second question. If you believe the cows give milk, raise your hand. See? So here's the great thing. Many people, because I tricked you the first time, have learned in a lesson, and you've applied it to the second question. Don't raise your hand when Wes is asking questions, right? Good job. Good job. Cows do not give milk. When I was a young fella, a teenager, I went one summer to visit my cousins in Wisconsin on a dairy farm. And while I was there was milking twice a day. And they took me out to the barn and trained me on how to do this chore. And I had to get down beside that cow and work at it to get the milk out. And I got kicked in the head, and I got manure on my pants, and it's a messy, hard job. I had to quit. My hands got tired. Right? I had to rest up and start again. When you think about the idea of cows giving milk, you got to know they don't give milk. You got to work for it to get anything of value from it. And you might get kicked in the head while that's happening. Why did I share that with you? I shared that with you to tell you this. If you're going to achieve anything of value, you're going to need to invest your own energy into that thing. And if something's given to you freely, what you'll find is it has little value to you. So in order for you to leave this place and succeed in your next step, you need to know you're going to have to invest your energy and your time. And to tie this back to the first question, it's important to see that the greatest value you're going to find in your life is when you take that energy, that getting dirty and getting down into the situations that are not comfortable, to invest in others that will have the greatest value to you as a person. The teachers that have invested their life in you know this intimately. I think these things are important, and it is a true story that we must keep the bigger picture in mind, and that we must expect to work for anything that we're going to get of value. We wish you all well as you depart. Please do not forget your roots in this lovely place we call Rappahannock County. It will always be your home and your alma mater. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. Will Jordan Welch come to the podium and introduce the salutatorian?
All right. Thank you, faculty, staff, family, friends, and class of 2021, for taking the time to be here tonight to celebrate our achievement. I have been given the distinct honor of introducing one of the most inspirational and selfless students here tonight, Rachel Weghorst. I will stand here and admit that I'm slightly biased because not only has Rachel been my teammate and my classmate over the years, she is my friend. Since elementary school, I have been in awe of her dedication, motivation, and drive that has pushed her past academic boundaries. I, along with everyone else in this room, knows she will do great things. Rachel is a runner, and not an ordinary runner. She takes that same academic drive, motivation, and determination to the cross-country course. She not only pushes herself to be better, but motivates others. I recall being in elementary school, and all I wanted was to be just as fast as Rachel. Every time we ran the mile, I would come home to my dad and say, "Dad, you would never believe how close I was to Rachel in the mile today." And even as a senior, I would come home and say, "Dad, you would never believe how close I was to Rachel in the race today." And she never once told me I couldn't beat her. In fact, she always insisted that I could. She always cheered me on from the mile in elementary school to our last cross-country race as seniors. She motivated me to start running cross-country with her, and she never made it a competition. She would always do everything she could to help me improve. I'll never forget in 11th grade, we were racing at Luray, and she could have easily finished first in that race, but instead, she helped me pace in that race, and I got my personal record, and she insisted that I cross the line before her. She is the most selfless person I have ever met. She's obviously intelligent, finishing in the top 2 of our graduating class. During her years in the Rappahannock school system, she has inspired her educators across the diverse spectrum of academic disciplines to challenge her. She is engaged, masterful, and bright. However, her intelligence and incredible athleticism are just a couple of her amazing attributes. She's a great leader, the best friend, and the overall kindest person you'll ever meet. I could go on for hours about Rachel's character, but I'll stop after this last story. Just a couple months ago, I was really upset about not getting into my dream college and was just really down at practice one day. And a week later, Rachel came up to me and said, "I wrote you a letter, and I just want you to know that I meant everything in here." So I went home, I opened my letter she had written me, and the first words in that letter were, "I'm so proud of you." She wrote a whole page about how smart, talented, beautiful, and amazing she thought I was, and I burst into tears. Ooh. She has an innate ability to read people, their feelings, their hopes, and their needs, and I carry that letter around with me everywhere. Ooh. I carry that letter with me everywhere, and I read it whenever I need a reminder. The amount of kindness and support Rachel has shown me over the years is unbelievable. She will always hold a special place in my heart. Rachel, this is my letter to you, and I mean every word. I am proud of you. Your kindness, sincerity, support, drive, motivation, and beauty are all irreplaceable. Everyone should be so lucky to have Rachel in their lives. Now, with great honor, I introduce to you the class of 2021 Salutatorian Rachel Weghorst.
Whew, who's cutting the onions? Good evening, everyone. I thank you, Jordan, for the best introduction I could have asked for. I will be recovering for a couple days from that. Okay, good evening, everyone. I am Rachel Weghorst, and I have the esteemed honor of speaking tonight. Before I begin, I would like to personally thank the RCPS teachers and staff who made this year possible in what we could call a very interesting time. I would also like to thank all the parents, families, and friends here tonight for supporting us as you have throughout our entire journey. While preparing for my speech, I was wondering what on earth I wanted to say tonight. As these may be my final words to my peers, I wanted to make it memorable. I considered going down the classic sappy route and preaching how if we all work hard enough, we could reach for the stars and achieve our dreams. And if you know me, I'm a very sappy person, so that was very tempting. However, like everything about this school year, I wanted to do something totally abnormal and unexpected. Most graduation speeches are so focused on the future and what it holds for us. But I want to take a step back to appreciate and explore the present moment. As we have learned from the pandemic, the future is not always what we think it will be. It is a stark reminder that all you truly have is the present moment. So why not embrace it before it escapes you? Sure, the future is an exciting thing because it lies in the territory of the great unknown, a vast chasm for what will be, what tomorrow may bring. Every once in a while, you can see a glittering trove of light reflecting off the surface of the present, letting you piece together what may be ahead, sparkling in the rays of the now. I believe these sparkling moments are a reflection of a combination of milestones, hopes, and dreams. Like the future, you cannot always see what's glittering there in front of you, but you can move towards it and explore. Today, we see a constellation of shimmering supernovas right here in this gymnasium, waiting to be explored, waiting to explode into a pool of sparkling light encompassing us all in the brightness of the spectacular now. Now, I'm not sure if the caps and gowns are enough of a giveaway, but we are obviously at a pivotal moment in our lives. We are at the edge of our childhood and the brink of adulthood, just one small step away from embarking on our next journey and exploring those shimmering troves of light. For the past 180 school days, we have been focused on preparing for the future, constantly being asked what's next in our lives, writing many, many essays for college and scholarship applications, working and saving for the future. But have we ever stopped to ask ourselves, what does the now hold for us? Now is one of the most exciting times to be alive. We have our entire lives still ahead of us, and I know I said it wouldn't be sappy, but we could literally reach for any star we wanted to in this constellation-crested cosmos. We could take the road less traveled, adding our own stanza to Robert Frost's poem. We could take all that we learned through the past 13 years and paint our world in a shimmering shade of gold. Because now, as almost high school graduates, our hearts beat in cadence with our hopes and dreams. Now we have the momentum of the past of 13 years in school to propel us forward into our next chapter. Now we have the invincibility of our youth to encourage us to go for greatness and strive for excellence, figuring out what may be the source of the glistening gleams of light. Now we are the Rappahannock County High School graduating class of 2021. I would like to end with a reading of an excerpt from a very highly acclaimed work of literature, whose diction, metrical structure, and cadence elevates the powerful underlying message which I found most appropriate for today's event. Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today's your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along, you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. Emulating the style of Dr. Seuss, I added a few lines of my own. Congratulations, today is your day. We are about to graduate and then anchors away. After walking these halls for the past 5 years, we can hear the future call, leaving the past in bittersweet tears. But we are stronger now, ready for tomorrow, with the lessons of how to survive such joy and sorrow. We've braved a pandemic, faced social unrest, embraced virtual academics, we all did our best. This year has taught us oh many a things, like you never quite know what the future will bring. So raise your voice, stand tall, stand proud, dare greatly, be as fearless as your courage allows. But never forget the greatest lesson of all, always follow where your heart calls, and oh, the places you'll go.
Not many classes can say they've been together since kindergarten. What the school created is truly special. It's been an honor growing up with you all, and I cannot even begin to express my pride and gratitude for the class of 2021. May you all find your great places and always remember to enjoy the now and explore those glittering gleams of light. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
It is with great pleasure to present the 2021 Salutatorian Medal to Rachel Evelyn Wakehorse. Okay, will Gus Garcia please come to the podium and introduce our valedictorian?
Hello. Dear classmates, distinguished guests, and faculty, today I have the honor of introducing to you the class of 2021's valedictorian, Mr. Alec Petty. But indulge me in rewinding a little and talking about my friend. In a county as interconnected as Rappahannock, you will not be surprised to know that I've known Alec for a very, very long time. From traveling to faraway cities for quiz bowl competitions to visiting amusement parks during summer vacations, Alec and his family have been a consistent source of friendship and encouragement. Alec's proclivity for academics is truly undeniable. His ability to do math, science, and computer programming, it's truly incredible. I am in awe of just how much information he has stored in his brain, and to be honest, just a little jealous. Where was I? He has a genuinely great sense of humor and is notably adept at convincing fellow quiz bowl members to not throw old pizza off a hotel balcony, but that's a story for another time. He's also much more than just an academic. He has a genuinely great sense of humor. He follows sports like football, basketball, soccer, and golf, and he's just an amazing person to be around all the time. Alec has also helped teach me something very valuable that I will try my best to remember. Here it is. For as long as I've known him, I have noticed that Alec is undeniably and unequivocally calm. I mean, we're all human, so I'm sure he's not calm all the time, but I've always had this thought of Alec, man, what juice is this guy drinking to be so calm, and where can I get some? Here's a rather nerdy example, after all, he is valedictorian. Last year, we were in a competition for Quiz Bowl, and the result was going to be very tough. We knew that. There was a lot of very competitive schools, and as you can imagine, I was very stressed out. So I remember I was going to go express that to Alec, and he looked at me, shrugged, and said something to the effect of, meh, it'll be fine. And it was fine. It was great. So classmates, as we look back onto our time in high school and into our futures, when the going gets tough, I think we should take a page out of Alec's book. Shrug, say it'll be fine, and keep going, because it will be fine. It will be great. So thank you, Alec, for that very important lesson. And now, without further ado, it is my honor and distinct pleasure to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Alec Petty.
Thank you, Gus, for that great introduction. Okay. Welcome, class of 2021, families, guests, and RCH faculty. It is an honor to be here before you today at the end of this very unique and challenging year. Although we have missed out on some of the traditional activities that occur during a normal senior year, I believe that all of us will remember this year for the resilience that we demonstrated and the obstacles that we overcame. When I look back at my 5 years of attending Rappahannock County High School, there is much to be thankful for. I would like to share some of the things that I am thankful for, as I believe that many of these experiences were shared by most of us. Starting in my 8th grade year, Mrs. Payne was able to make world geography a fun and interesting class through her use of Kahoots. Everyone who took that class will never forget the food parties that we would have, with Mrs. Payne introducing us to exotic foods such as plantains. I also remember eating great food in Mrs. Cito's class as a reward for the extensive research that we did on a Spanish-speaking country of our choice. Ms. Kelly's grammar expertise helped me become a better writer, and Mrs. Pempel continued to strengthen our writing skills, which she took over during the second semester of that year. Mrs. Sanborn made physical science easy to understand with the many exciting and informative labs that we completed over the semester. I specifically remember how much we all enjoyed launching our hot air balloons at the end of the year. Mrs. Shackelford and Mr. Stevens' math classes helped build a strong foundation for all the math classes I would take during my later years of high school. Mrs. Matheson taught us how to write a research paper, which I've been extremely thankful for every time I've had to create an in-text citation in bibliographies. Finally, Mr. Nazer provided an excellent introduction to physics that sparked my interest in the subject and caused me to take 2 more classes in the field. We should all be thankful for the efforts that our teachers put forth to help us be successful, especially during this crazy year. Another part of high school that I'm thankful for is all of the extracurricular activities that have been available to us. I'm grateful for Mr. Nazer and Mr. Stockdale for all of the work they put into Quizbowl during my 5 years on the team. I have a lot of great memories of all the competitions we attended, especially our trip to nationals in Chicago. Aside from attending the competition, Mr. Nazer and Mr. Stockdale created a fun itinerary that allowed us to see many of the famous landmarks in the city. In addition, I am thankful for Mr. Hummel and Mrs. Atkins, who worked together to bring a golf team back to our school. They worked with several local golf courses so that we could get experience in a variety of different environments. It was very generous of the Miller family to allow us to use the course in Sperryville for our daily practices. Looking at what other schools have gone through this year, I feel extremely fortunate that our school has given us so many opportunities to participate in athletics and other extracurricular activities. As we finish our high school careers and embark on new adventures, I hope that we will look back and be thankful for all of the opportunities that this school has provided us with. We will all have a solid foundation to build upon as we start the next chapter of our lives and face challenges that might seem overwhelming at first. However, if this year has taught us anything, it is that we have the strength and fortitude to accomplish anything that we set our minds to. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in your futures.
It is with great pleasure to present the 2021 Valedictorian Award to Alec Michael Petty.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I should start off by saying what an honor and privilege it has been working with the class of 2021 for the past 5 years. You're going to be sorely missed. And parents, I want to thank you for sharing your beautiful children with us. They are adored. Now for good stuff. This year, our amazing community provided our students with over $109,000 in scholarships. We would like to take a moment to thank those community organizations that so graciously awarded this opportunity to our students. At this time, we are going to recognize those students who received local scholarships, and we're going to ask when I call your name to stand and be recognized as we honor you and those who so generously supported your next adventure in education. Anthony Berry, please stand. Anthony Berry is the recipient of the Joe Timpain Building Trades Scholarship for $1,000. Madison Brantley.
Madison Brantley is the recipient of the Rappahannock High School College Board Scholarship for $1,357. Jesse Foster. Jesse Foster is the recipient of the Rappahannock Lions Club 1 scholarship in the amount of $1,000, the Joe Timpain Building Trades Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, the Flanagan Family Scholarship Award for $1,000, the Friends of Headwaters Award for $2,000, the Likes Darden Scholarship in the amount of $2,000, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for an amount of $1,000. Augustine Garcia. Augustine is the recipient of the James Swindler Principal Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 and the Kilpatrick Writing Award for $500. Evan Jenkins. Evan is the recipient of the Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service in the amount of $2,000, the Rappahannock County Garden Club for $2,500, and an RPM scholarship of $1,000. Samantha Luthi. Samantha is the recipient of the Friends of Headwaters Scholarship for the amount of $1,000, the Likes Darden Scholarship for $2,000, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $1,000. Tavin Murrah. Tavin is the recipient of the Cooley, Deering, and Rinker Foundation Scholarship for $2,000, the E. Franklin Warner Memorial Scholarship for $500, the Friends of Headwaters Scholarship for $1,000, the Jane Bowling Wilson Leadership Award for $1,500. Chantel Newman. Chantel is the recipient of the Flanagan Family Scholarship Award for $1,000. Alec Petty. Alec Petty is the recipient of the RMD Math Award for the highest SAT score in the amount of $1,000. Alexandra Phillips. Allie is the recipient of the Rappahannock County Lions Club 2 Scholarship for $1,000, the Johnny Jenkins Memorial Scholarship for $500, the Cooley, Deering, and Rinking Foundation Scholarship for $2,000, the Greater Piedmont Realtor Scholarship for Academic Achievement in the amount of $500, the Julia E. Body Scholarship for $1,000, the Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service for $1,500, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $1,000. Jenna Roby. Jenna is the recipient of the Rappahannock County High School Career Pathways Scholarship for $1,500, the Ian and Mary Lou Phillips Scholarship for $1,500, the Mary McNeil Willis Scholarship for $750, the Johnny Jenkins Memorial for $500, the Claude H. Neff Memorial for $1,750, the Poling Family Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Paul Andrews Nichols Senior and H.B. Winfrey Scholarship for $1,000, the Greater Piedmont Realtor Scholarship for Academic Achievement, $500. Rappahannock County PTO for $1,000. Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service, $1,500. The University of Virginia Community Credit Union Local High School Scholarship, another $1,500. The Atkins Family Scholarship for $2,000. The Julia E. Body Scholarship for $1,000. And finally, the Headwaters Outstanding Achievement Scholarship for $1,000. Olivia Schulin. Olivia is the recipient of the Rappahannock County Lions Club 2 Scholarship for $1,000, the Cooley, Deering, and Rinker Foundation Scholarship for $2,000, Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service for $1,500, and the very coveted Emily Jane Hilscher Passion Award for $1,200. Cheyenne Stringfellow. Cheyenne is the recipient of the Friends of Headwaters Scholarship for $2,000 and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $1,000. Adriana Switzer. Adriana is the recipient of the Julia E. Body Scholarship for $1,000, Friends of Headwaters, $1,000, Larry and Kathleen Grove Scholarship for $1,000, the Like Starden Scholarship for $2,000, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $1,000. Evelyn Vandre. Eve is a recipient of the Lois R. Sneed Arts and Crafts Scholarship for $1,000, the Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service for $2,000, and the McNelly Art Award for $1,000. Cameron Whalen. Cameron will receive the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award for $150, the Rappahannock County Lions Club 2 Scholarship for $1,000, the Friends of Headwaters for $2,000, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $2,000. Carrington Whalen. Carrington will receive the Johnny Jenkins Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, the Cooling, Deering, and Rinker Foundation Scholarship for $1,000, the Mary Beth Williams Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Rappahannock County PTO for $1,000, the Friends of Headwaters for another $1,000, the Like Starden Scholarship for $2,000, and the RPM Scholarship Fund for $2,000. Rachel Weghorst. Rachel will receive the National Honors Scholar Award for $3,200, the Thornhill Family Scholarship for $2,700, the Rappahannock County Lions Club 2 Scholarship for $1,000, the Atkins Family Scholarship for $250, the Pride Student of the Year Award for $500, the Hackley Family Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, Grace Bradley Reed Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service, $2,000, Culpeper Soil and Water Scholarship, $2,000, Positive Coaching Alliance Triple Impact Competitor Scholarship, another $1,000, and the 2021 Aerojet Rocketdyne Scholarship Award for $1,000. Jordan Welch. Jordan is the recipient of the Phillips Yancey Southard Scholarship for $2,000, the Cooley, Deering, and Rinker Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $2,000, Headwaters Outstanding Achievement for Community Service, $2,000, and the Hackley Family Memorial Scholarship for $500. And Sydney Horton. Sydney will be receiving the Living the Dream Scholarship for $500 and the Atkins Family Scholarship for $250. Thank you again to the community who provided these scholarships, and let's give another round of applause to our scholarship recipients tonight. Graduates of the class of 2021 who are members of the National Honor Society are wearing blue and white stoles. NHS officers are wearing white stoles, and other members are wearing blue stoles tonight. These stoles signify the 4 pillars of NHS, which are scholarship, leadership, service, and character. In addition, scholar athletes are wearing navy blue cords tonight, signifying a GPA of 3.2 to 3.399, or a double strand with navy blue and gold, signifying a GPA of 3.4 or higher. Any graduating senior who earned a state championship during their varsity career will be wearing a triple strand of the navy blue, gold, and white. Seniors wearing the purple and gold cords are National Junior Classical League members. Membership in the National Junior Classical League must have an A average and be an upstanding member of the community. Students wearing teal cords are peer mentors who served in our 8th grade academy program. Medallions and pins are being worn by our seniors that are LFCC Governor Scholars, LFCC Governor Scholars for Health Professions, and have earned an associate's degree. Green and white cords and pins are being worn by our seniors who participated in our healthcare profession certifications. We also have one graduate this year who is adorning the yellow and blue, or blue and gold stole, as being the first Health Science Academy graduate. Students adorning the blue and green cords served as teachers for tomorrow, and our blaze orange cords indicate those students earning a certification within the trades industry. Seniors wearing red cords donated blood during their years to the American Red Cross. We also have hot pink cords indicating the completion of our former cosmetology program. So at this time, will all the members of the National Honor Society, athletic scholars, VHSL state champions, peer mentors, healthcare professionals, National Junior Classical League, LFCC Governor Scholars, Teachers for Tomorrow, Trades Industry, and Cosmetology, please stand and be recognized at this time. Congratulations. We know that deciding what you do after graduation is something that our seniors have taken seriously and have put a lot of thought and effort into. They spent a lot of time in room 2 and in my office regarding this. At this time, we would like to congratulate our students on their post-secondary plans and goals. First, we would like to take a moment to recognize all of our seniors who have chosen to attend a 2- or 4-year college. Please stand and be recognized. We would also like to recognize those seniors who have chosen to further their education in a technical college. Please stand and be recognized. Preparing our students for the workforce is also a goal of RCHS, and at this time we would like to recognize those who will be entering the workforce upon graduation. Please stand and be recognized. And last but certainly not least, we would like to take a moment to recognize the seniors who have chosen to serve in our United States military. Please stand and be recognized. Will all our student speakers behind me please join your fellow classmates at this time? Graduates of the class of 2021, please prepare to come forward to receive your diplomas. All right, for the exciting part, Zachary Allen Abdullah. Anthony Edward Berry, Jr. Hunter Lee Boyce. Lacey Jocelyn Boyd. Madison Faith Brantley. Cecilia Marie Elizabeth Clarkson. Nova Pilar Carrero. Daniel Alexander Deal. Dominic Del Grosso. Porter Scott Dobslaw. Julius Bain Esom. Jesse James Foster. Bryce Lloyd Bryant. Augustine Garcia. Nicholas Charles Grigsby. Paul Lee Grigsby Jr. Emma Lee Hitt. Lila Star Hodo. Alexis Rosemarie Jenkins. Evan James Jenkins. Moses Turner Jones Jr. John Brian Leidenheimer. Samantha Brooke Luthi. Abigail Olivia Mason. Philip Austin McIntosh. Mary Brooke Moreno Mead. Tavin Zachariah Murrah. Chantel Rayvon Newman. Rosie Vianney Ochoa. Riley Christopher Owens. Alec Michael Petty. Alexandra Morgan Phillips. Joseph Lee Reinbold. Jenna Ashley Roby. Olivia Sadie Schulin. Taylor Marie Settle. Nathan Andrew Shorten. Matthew Thomas Sisk. Cheyenne Oceana Stringfellow. Adriana Kaylee Switzer. Eric Wayne Thompson. Haley Brooke Trollinger. Evelyn Jewel Vandre. Cameron James Wayland. Carrington Grace Wayland. Rachel Evelyn Weghorst. Jordan Alexandra Welch. Sydney Faith Horton. Chase Montgomery Horton. Kent Michael White. Jen. Justin Timothy Wissinger. And Jayshawn Grayson Yates.
At this time, I'd like to ask the class to come on up. Okay.
Everybody ready? Everybody know your right to your left? Vice versa? Got it?
Stand them up.
Ready? Left to right. Ready? Or stand? Yeah, stand. You're going from your left to your right. Let's see if we know this from kindergarten. Ready? Not yet.
Not yet. Go ahead and have a seat. We're not done. It's my turn now. Almost finished. I know Jackie's keeping the clock over there. So first of all, I want to make sure, I always like to tell the parents, there's a little story I want to tell you. So the seniors had a little picnic at the rec center the other day, and we had a food truck out there, pretty warm. So I get there kind of late, and the owner of the food truck made a point to tell me that every one of these students said thank you. And that's big. And I'll tell you what also that tells me is, what that tells me about our community is, we got some darn good parents out there that have grounded these young people, and they're going to make some good things happen in our country. I know that. Anyway, I think that deserves an applause. So, I'm not ever much for words, because if I get talking too much, it gets too deep, and then I start crying, and I cannot get myself under control. I just can't do it. But here's the deal. This gym is full again. I'm excited about it. So we're going to do a little We Are Rappahannock, okay? So I'm going to give everybody an assignment. Over here is our we, okay? The middle will be R. And this side over here will be Rappahannock, okay? So when I point to you, You're going to say we. That's right. We're going to practice. Let's practice. Got to practice. Ready? We. One more time. We. Good. Now, that was pretty lousy, so we got a little bit louder, okay? So here's the thing. We all are wearing the mask, so you got to make this mask kind of puff out a little bit, so you got to yell pretty loud, okay? So we ready? Now, seniors, just remember, now, after this chant is over, then I'm going to give you the one last word, so then you can throw your hats, okay? So we got to be patient. Everybody ready now? Loud, I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Ready? Oh, one more time. Listen, wait a minute now. This side was louder than this side, so we got to do something here. Ready? Excellent, excellent. So class of 2021, please stand. Please stand. By the authority vested in me by the Rappahannock County School Board and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I declare the class of 2021 to be graduates of Rappahannock County High School. Congratulations.